evening, everyone. Back with another Bat Wrap. And we have another new face. We have John.
Oh, what's up?
So, our resident Dungeon Master.
Yeah, newly Dungeon Master.
Newly Dungeon Master, which is actually quite nice. And for those of you who don't know, John runs a D&D group in Bodmin, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Cool.
Yeah.
And a lot of other nicely painted models, which you will see in
right.
due course.
Yeah, it's good fun.
So, Templars. I used to own Templars. I have a few smatterings of, but they've changed since the Codex, haven't they?
Big change. Some people like it, some people don't. I think it's still got full of flavour, so I'm really happy with it.
Good, and that's really the best way to go forwards.
Mm.
So I'm going to hand over to you, and you can talk through your list and other things. So I'll pass over to John.
Yeah. So I'm running the Wrathful Procession. Last year's Grotmus. Some people call it the teamy version of Righteous Crusaders. I like it. It still gives you the flexibility. I've got a 5-man brick of Sword Brethren with Helbrecht himself and a Castellan for the crits on 5s. Another 5 Sword Brethren with an Execrator for his advance and charge. I've got 3 Blade Guard with a Judicia for the fights first and all that shenanigans. Emperor's Champions here as well with 5 Assault Intercessors. Got 5 Jump Pack Intercessors for some Deep Strike fun. 5 Infiltrators just to fill out the back zone. 5 Scouts for Uppy Downey. And I've got a Tech Marine. They're sort of the infantry units. For sort of heavy hitting, I've got a Ballistus Dreadnought and I've got a Repulsor Executioner. Lovingly loaned by Rob.
Lovely, yeah. Being loaned by the Dark Angels for now.
It is. It's on loan, and Lion will get it back. And then I've also got a Land Raider Redeemer for the Flamer Overwatch fun. In terms of what's going where, both bricks for Sword Brethren are going in the Land Raider. The Emperor's Champion and the Assault Intercessors are going in the Impulsor. And the Blade Guard and the Judicia are going in the Repulsor. And that's pretty much nice.
Marvellous. Yeah. So, Wrathful Procession, what does it give you for those who don't know? Yeah,
so Wrathful Procession, a bit like Righteous Crusaders, you've got 3 litanies that you can choose from at the beginning of each battle round. One of them is, I can't remember the names of them now. I think it's called Chorus of Relentless Hate is one of them, which is always a nice name, which is +2 to movement for infantry and mounted, and it gives +1 to the charge. Nice. There's one that gives +1 strength in melee, and there's one that gives a 5-up invuln against ranged attacks.
Super.
Yeah, I do have a stratagem for 1 CP that I can put 1 unit in one of the other litanies for the battle round as well.
Oh, okay. So you can kind of do like an adaptive strategy, Gladius thing.
Yeah,
okay.
That's it.
With these litanies, they're always available to you. You can't like use one and then that's it.
No, I can pick
always available.
Yeah, many as I want, as many.
Smashing.
So
that's good to know. That's good to know.
Always fun.
One good strat that you have that you kind of feel like it's one that you always have to use, or
there's not overly strat heavy on this one really.
No.
They've got a couple of good ones, like the one to be able to put one in other litanies.
That's always quite adaptive.
And there's a couple of abilities, because I've put some enhancements in the list as well.
Right.
Like the Emperor's Champion gives him once per battle, fights first.
Right.
And the Execrator has something on him as well, which I'll just remind you.
You have a look.
Called Benediction of Fury, which is the chaplain specific one. So that gives him devastating wounds. The whole unit has devastating wounds.
Oh,
which is always nice. But in terms of strats, the generic ones work quite well for them. Generic Space Marines.
Cool.
And this is the only list that Templars can run where they can have Armour of Contempt.
So that's one thing I've found. Obviously, the previous bat rep we had with Sash running Space Wolves.
Yeah.
Basically, I've found a lot of apart from the new one, Saga of the Great Wolf, which has access to -1.
Yeah.
Space Force don't get access to
No.
Armour of Contempt either.
No.
Which is
No.
quite surprising,
Yeah.
especially being a Dark Angels player. We get access to Armour of Contempt everywhere.
It's because you're Codex compliant and we're not.
Well, we're not really Codex compliant,
That's
you
a
know.
really long conversation, isn't it?
We can have this conversation for hours. So, no, thanks very much, mate.
No,
that
welcome.
is rather good.
Yeah. It's the first time I've run this list, so it'll be interesting to see how well it.
Yeah, and just to go through it before I do my list, we are running one of the missions from the Super Major from March that Martin's running at Bugle Back Reps.
Yeah.
He is over in Saltash in the new year, so that'll be something to look forward to. We've only got about 3 months left.
Yeah, plenty of prep time.
Plenty of prep time indeed.
Paint time.
Well, especially with me, as I've got stuff coming this Christmas as well. Fantastic. So, or will have, because when this comes out, Christmas would have already passed.
Yes, what goodies we shall receive.
Indeed, and how we'll have received.
Yes.
So we are using this mission. It is mission, off the top of my head,
wasn't it?
our mission R. You will see it on the screen now. So it is sweeping engagement with terraform. So basically, it's where you can do. Basically, you have to do an action on each one of the objectives in the centre. However, if someone terraforms your home, you cannot unterraform it.
Oh, that's good to know.
So that's something that we have found out by playing different games, and also the Battle of Bugle series. You can go over to Bugle Back Reps that Martin's running, because I think they're now into the quarterfinals. So lots of people doing well, lots of good games. Mark did very well with his Templars on the one I watched, the one that's recently came out. So well done, Mark.
Yes, good job.
So that's mission R. So for myself, I'm back again. Hi everyone. Get fed up of seeing me in a minute. So running Votann again, a bit of a staple for me at the moment. So it's the same list that I used in the previous game, but I will run through it for those who haven't seen it. But I'm using half band, so it is again. John's using his last Grotmas, I'm using that one as well, so I'm using half band. So basically the army wide, all units get access to reroll 1s to wound, and they haven't changed it to whether it's in combat or melee. So currently it is basically rules as written, you can use it in any phase as far as I'm aware. But if you want to leave the comments down below, let me know, because I'm always open to different things and how rulings are written and how they're interpreted. But yeah, so it's basically I have the Hekaton with the half guard inside with the champion, the 3 Sagittars all with berserks in them, 2 with axes, 1 with hammers. That will change. That will have changed now when this video is now out, which I will have now access to 20 berserks. So I can run 4 lots of 5 or 2 groups of 10.
Cool. They gained a battle line keyword, did they?
So not in this one, they do in Delve Assault Shift, which is their own. Which that will come in a later bat rep, because also come the new year, Martin's running a Mid Cornwall League. So over the next 12 months, over the following 12 months, are you in that?
I am. Yeah.
Wonderful. So me and John are in it. There's a few others that are in it. So
38 players.
38 players. So basically, we'll play 1 game a month.
Yep.
And we'll just see how it goes. I think it's like if you watch football, it's basically 3 for a win, 1 for a draw, nothing for a loss.
Yep.
Pretty straightforward to remember. So that'll all be recorded as well. But it'll be good. It's good practice for that where that's concerned.
Yeah.
So I'll have access to that in the new year for the Delve Assault Shift, so you might see that coming back to the list. So that's all of them, and then I've got 2 Capricus and 2 lots of 10 Jaegers, which will now be split into 4 groups of 5. Because that's what I'm able to do with the Capricus, because the Capricus can only do Jaegers and nothing else. Which is...
It's the new transport, isn't
it? Yeah, it's the new transport, which you'll see on the table. Obviously, it's currently to your right-hand side of the screen, off screen, but I will show you that when we've done all deployment and stuff. Group of 10 warriors, sit on the backfield, quite nice and straightforward. They sticky objectives, which is quite nice. two units of 3 of the Hunkin Pioneers. So the bikes, are they within a board edge, wholly within 9? Basically, they can come up and come off the boards.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, oh no, Steeljacks, missing off Steeljacks. So the 6 Steeljacks with the Memnir giving them free Overwatch or heroic, depends on which one they go with. Probably go with the same time as last time, go with the shooty, because having that access to free Overwatch is quite handy.
Always, yeah.
And then I've got so they are with the heavy Vulcanite disintegrators. So 6s are devs, and with the Promark crest, the little thing above one of their heads, basically that gives them precision on 6s to wound. So not only are they devs, they're precision too.
Oh, nice.
And then the fighty steelkin, so their other half, basically they still get 6 attacks, but they have plasma swords.
No.
And if you get into combat with them, you either stay there and mulch them, or if you fall back, you have to do a desperate escape test at -1.
Nice. Okay.
So, and there's a lot of competitive lists floating around with Votann that do have 3 of them, just to kind of get in there and keep something there.
Yeah, because that desperate escape can be big.
It can be, really. So that is everything on the list. So, right, we will come back to you after roll off and deployment.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone, back after deployment. So as we can see, everything is all set up and nicely hidden, because go over that way and we can see lots of hidden things. I'm going to go over to John's side.
Yes.
Right, John, is there any kind of ideas you've had with your deployment? Is it just simply pop it there and see how it goes? Did you have a strategy? Not trying to give too much away.
No, so put a couple of the scouts on there, so luckily rolled well, but if I didn't, I went second, they could just pop behind the wall. Combi lieutenants there just to do some shenanigans if I draw like area denial in the first turn. Got units in all the transports, so I should have mid sides covered. And then I think stage one's just turn one's just some staging and maybe pop some shots with the big guns.
So you've got Sword Brethren and Hellbrecht there.
And there's another unit with an excavator in there as well.
Right, okay.
And then I got the Emperor's Champion and 5 Assault Intercessors in that one.
There's the Ballistas. And then over here,
Judicia and Blade Guard.
Blade Guard, and obviously you can see over here is the
Tech Marine.
Nicely painted Tech Marine. And as you can see, folks, that will be lovely. This you can forgive. Just forget about that one. But everything is very nicely painted.
Thank you. Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah,
like with all of us, mate. Yeah. And over to the Votann side, you've seen all of this before. So it's a bit of I must admit, we've been talking off camera, but I'm actually saying to John, it's not one of my favourites. Lots of space, with sweeping engagement and Dawn of War.
Yeah.
So as we come over here, we've got obviously the bikes. So my idea is if there is any deep strike, which John has with his Assault Intercessors,
JPIs.
Good old JPIs that can do mortals on the charge. So I'm just trying to screen out as much as possible. So we have Jaegers here behind the wall, and a Sagittar with Axe Berserks. There is a Capricus here, which I did position nicely so basically, if I did go turn 1, I could boost him up, but basically he will have other ideas. Thunderkin in the big exo frames, they are there just to kind of push forward and try and seek and destroy.
Yeah.
And then we've got warriors across the back, as I usually do, nicely spaced out, so it kind of denies 9 each way. The shooty Steelkin with a Memnir there to pop out the other side of the wall. There's some more Berserks and another Sagittar. We've got the Hecaton here, dipped in cover on his wheel. The Steeljacks, the fighty kind, are there, along with the Jaegers that are here, nicely hidden. bikes that are nicely hidden over here, and over here we have some Hammer Berserks and the other Jaeger and Capricus combination. And then for myself, nothing is in deep strike. Everything is in transports as per the last couple of bat reps, I believe. So yeah, obviously having the so these are in the Hecaton, that's in one Capricus, they're in another, that's in a Jaeger, that's in a Jaeger, that's in a Jaeger. Sagittar. And we've done the roll off.
Yeah.
And it looks like on a 6, Black Templars turn 1, so we'll come in.
Yep.
Turn 1 for the Templars, and nicely using, we'll see, from our sponsor, I think it's called the Rambo tray. So this is our the first time out using them, so our lovely sponsor can see them. Big up to Kerno Gaming 3D. Thanks John. Sorry Tris. Secondaries we have is cleanse and recover assets.
Okay, turn 1.
Yeah, so like we were just saying off camera, that it's not the greatest, but it gets it done out of the way,
I've got the
doesn't it?
scouts and the lieutenant. And
Indeed, so you've got other ways of doing things. So we will do movement and shooting and come back in the charge phase. Right, everyone, so back after moving and shooting, we will talk through your movement first, John.
Yep.
So what we've done movement-wise?
So disembarked the Judicia and the Blade Guard up to 1 inch away from the wall, so they can potentially charge in with their fights first goodness.
Lovely.
They also recovered assets.
Cool.
Left these guys where they were, sort of pushed the Land Raider in just a little bit, so if the Hecaton decides to come out, it's a bit more difficult for him to find him.
Yeah.
Pulled the Ballistas out to have a pop shot at the Capricus.
Which did blow it up.
Yeah, he did very well, and he exploded as well.
Yeah, so one bike's now down to 2 wounds instead of 3.
Yeah, and so there's a nice little bonus. He's got the benefit of cover. We'll see if he lasts the turn. If he does, awesome. If not, that's okay. The combi weapon lieutenant was also doing recover, as was the impulsor. Moved him up a bit closer to the wall. So
so impulsor's up closer to the wall. The scouts are behind, but they are literally up against the wall, as you can see.
And they are cleansing that objective.
So they would have done that nicely.
Yeah. And then there's no charges to make this turn, so that's the end of my turn.
End of your turn 1. And we'll just come over this side. So effectively we did scout moves. When we did scout moves, I just pulled my bikes over. Capricus went up there.
Yep.
Capricus did move from there and then back there, but it did very nicely get shot off by the Ballistas. And it's got a nice line from there. So then the Jaegers got out and 1 died. So 1 Steelkin died and Ironkin, sorry, and then 1 bike is down to 2 wounds. These bikes will now come off the table because it comes off at the end of your turn.
Yep.
And then they will come off at the end of the turn. So these bikes are also coming off. So we will come back with Votann turn 1 next. Right. Turn 1 for the Votann. As you can see here, these are the cards we've got. So storm a hostile objective and extend battle lines. Bikes came up at the end of the turn, so they are now in. They are scouting around the battlefield. Namely, they're on my table. So we will come back after moving and shooting, and we'll see what happens next from there. So see you in the charge phase. Okie coke, back after movement and no shooting really, because Hecaton can't see anything. John's nicely hidden the way I have, but basically moving wise, nothing's really moved here on my objective, so everything back here is all the same. So all the warriors are still strung out. The steel jacks are... Actually, I'll make an amendment there. That warrior will go down, and that men there will go over there. That's an on-camera live. So yeah, so basically just to try and get the additional yield point.
Yeah.
Over here, there's a bit of change, obviously, because the Capricus, those warriors came out, the Jaegers came out the Capricus. They came out the Capricus. They've moved up. Thunderkin have moved up because really I ideally wanted to go for the Ballistas, but they wouldn't have the range, it's only a 24-inch range. And that they would have been out by at least an inch or two. The Sagittars moved up with the Berserks in it, the Axe Berserks. And then the other side of the wall, we have the Jaegers, which can charge these scouts on the other side of the wall, which I will just peer over. You can see them, they are down there.
They are tucked in.
Tucked in just there, as you can see. Yeah. So that's a 6-inch charge. And then really coming this way, yeah, still these fighty Steeljacks have moved up. Hecaton's moved up nicely in cover, so it blocks that beautiful piece of modelling. And also it can destroy my Hecaton. And then these guys have moved up with the Capricus unloading its cargo. They've gone over there because they had a 9-inch. They have a 6-inch move plus the fallout of the vehicle, which is 3, and then basically that Capricus Sagittarius just moved up there with the Hammer Berserk still in it. So that is everything all said and done. John mentioned, we forgot to mention that John is using, what's your
the
overall rule?
The litany.
The litany.
The vow is accept the challenge no matter the odds.
So what does that do for us?
So if your toughness is greater or the same as my melee weapon strength, it's +1 to wound.
Very spicy.
Yeah.
Which kind of negates my -1 to wound.
Yeah.
Which is my other half of my roll.
Yeah.
Anyhow, balances it out quite nicely. So what I'm going to do is we will go on live on camera to a charge, and it will be as sponsored by our lovely, these dice trays are actually really nice, I will say.
Yeah.
And if anyone wants to hit up Tris at Kerno Gaming 3D, I do have a code that can get you anywhere between 5 and 10% off.
Happy days.
And I will put that below the screen now, and also I'll put it at the end.
Yeah.
Alright, so rerollable charge, a 6.
Don't need it.
Don't need it, we've got it on a 9. So we will come back to you after the fight phase. Okie dokie folks, back after the fight phase. The objective is still contested. So
we've both lost a model.
yeah, we both lost a model, and the scout is one's down to 1 wound.
Yeah.
There is one over there, as you can see. You can see that they're literally right behind that wall. So I have ditched Storm Hostile, but I have scored 4 on, as you can see on the screen now, scored 4 for extend.
Yes.
So John's ahead by 1. As you can see by the scores currently. So we will now go into turn 2.
Yep.
We'll go into turn 2 for the Templars, and we will find out what we've got.
Yep.
So we've got Assassination
and Engage.
And Engage on all fronts. Ooh, okay. Those cards are not kind to you.
No.
And plus, you haven't been able to start terraforming anywhere.
Not yet, no.
Because obviously, I've started to terraform here.
Yeah.
So we will get some kind of counters, but for now...
Yeah, terraform has been...
That'll be terraform has been started.
Yeah.
But, yes. So we shall... do movement and shooting and come back afterwards.
Yep.
So, Templars. Next. Okay. After turn 2 shooting and movement from the Templars,
Yep.
I had my heart racing for quite a while. So, right, talk me through what's happened. So
I moved the Repulsor Executioner up to get a bead on the Hecaton. Moved the Land Raider up to be a bit of an Overwatch threat, and to disembark some of the Sword Brethren with the Execrator, so they can attempt to charge if anything comes on there.
Yeah.
The Ballistas came round, popped some shots at the Jaegers, managed to whistle them down. The scouts fell back, so the Emperor's champion and the assault terminated. So that'd be nice. The assault intercessors.
That'd be lovely. Yeah, and they're there, aren't they?
Yeah, can charge
Scouts are back there.
to get me my engage, whatever it was.
Engage and overwhelming,
Yeah.
because currently you're scoring just 1 point for the entire turn. Obviously, probably plus, and then I'll be 5, including primary. So that'll be quite good for you to do.
Yeah.
So is it just the one charge?
Just the one charge I've got to do, yeah.
Oh yeah, and obviously they've
got out of a
got
transport.
out of the beautiful Land Raider.
Yeah. So
Still very potent, I will say that.
yeah, you still got some Sword Brethren in there. The Repulsor, Hector made some good saves. Heavy load
Only just.
as well as it did. So we blinked a couple of wounds off. So hopefully the next couple of rounds goes pop.
I hope not.
Other than that, shuffled.
Yeah, just shuffle things around, haven't you?
Yeah.
So what we'll do, over to our lovely dice trays,
Yes.
supplied by Kono Gaming 3D. You want to roll the chart? So
Yeah, we measured it at 7, but the litany gives plus 1.
Gives plus 1, so
charge,
6.
So 6. Yeah, they're in on a 7.
Right, so we will come back after, and lovely mince pie supplied by John. Thank you very much indeed.
It is the wonderful time of the year.
It is wonderful time of the year, and we will come back after the fight phase. Okie dokie, back after the very short fight phase, and the Emperor's champion did all of it just on his own.
Yeah.
Jaegers have gone, you've fallen, you've basically gone more towards that way to try and make my charge longer. However, there is a lot of things back here.
And he does have the enhancement that he can pop fights first once per battle.
He can do. So that's rather spicy to know. However, we do have a lot of shooting. So we'll go straight into Votann turn 2.
Yep.
So we have Cleanse and we have Assassination on the board, which is rather nice. And we go up to 4...
And 3.
I think it's 4. Anyway, yeah, 4 CP and 3 CP. I do love these command point markers. They're actually really good. I am going to actually put some like contrasting colours so you can actually see them properly in the future.
That's right.
So yes, we shall come back after shooting and movement. Okie dokie, folks. So we've just done turn 2 for the Votann. Movement and shooting. So as you can see, lots of things have moved. The bikes have come back on the board edge. Capricus and the Sagittarius stay where they are for now. The Steeljacks have moved over. The Jaegers, I've done Cleanse along with those Jaegers there. So that scores me a 4-5. Hecaton moved up because now I'm in Fortified Takeover. So basically I need to be on objectives to be hitting better. So that is basically what I've done. Move the Hecaton on. So it basically gives me an OC of 6 on there at the moment. We did kind of go a bit further. We're about to stop. So, yeah, two involved. So basically, turn the camera light on. The Steeljacks have come out. The Thunderkin have come out. Jaegers have moved up. The Sagittar is now there. However, the Berserks are now out. And they were going to charge that unit. That was a bit of a fail-safe. However, the shooting alone from the Steeljacks, the Thunderkin, and the Hearthguard that came out took all of them off. And basically we killed the Emperor's champion on devs, on mortal wounds alone. When the Hearthguard did come out, they did get overwatched by the Land Raider of Death with his took out 2 of them, so they're basically 3 and a champion, but they made a successful charge. However, we shall come over here. We've made a successful charge, but we've failed the mortals on charging. So what we shall do, so we will come back after. Actually, no. So we've done. No, we're going to fight now. So we'll come back after the fight phase. So back after the fight phase, the Hearthguard went in, took out 1 because hang on a minute.
Tank shock.
from the ballistas.
Got 6 more.
Got 6, the full 6 mortals, and the Execrator didn't do too badly, but the rest of the unit just basically finished off the kamikaze champion, but that's fine. Basically, John has got this staring down the barrel at him.
Yep.
With other things behind cover. So we will... So I scored full for both of them. So I got 10 points on the turn. And 2 objectives and the 1 terraformed. So basically this is looking strong. But let's see what comes next. Turn 3, Black Templars. So turn 3 for the Templars. These are the cards that John has got, so Tempting Target and Secure No Man's. Quite interesting with the battlefield the way it is. And for Tempting Target, we have gone for this one. So centre of the board, and it has got, not only does it have the Hecaton and the Jaegers, but it has the Steelkin, the Steeljacks. It has this wondrous beauty, so the Berserks with the other axes behind. So, how do you feel on that, John?
It's going to be a go turn.
It's going to be a go turn.
It's going to got to kill a lot of stuff this time.
So, we shall see what happens next. Okie dokie, back after moving and shooting. So, John has done a bit of manoeuvring around here. So, the Repulsor Executioner, or can't masquerading as, moved forwards a bit. Scouts came on back there to protect John and his back lines. The Blade Guard have moved forwards here, looking like a charge on the Jaegers. Land Raider with Helbrecht and co are moving forwards. Ballista stayed still, and the jump packs have now come in, so that's John's only deep strike, which now frees up my bikes. So shooting wise, the Jaegers are gone from shooting from the flamer.
They became barbecue Jaegers.
Yeah, but the fact of the matter is, I'm quite relieved. All of the shooting, so from the Land Raider and from the Executioner, this land fortress is alive on 1 wound.
Yeah.
However,
I feel a tank shocker coming.
you can try. If you do, it's a D6 explosion.
Instant or
so it's a D. No, so it's a D. So it's if it hits 6, it's a D6 damage.
Yeah.
On anything within D6.
He's got 9 wounds left.
I would worry about what comes after him, Sunbeam. Anyway, so what are you going to be charging and where?
So I will be charging the Blade Guard into the Jaegers.
Cool.
I will attempt a charge from the jump pack intercessors into these guys.
Cool.
And I will try the charge with the Land Raider into the Hecaton.
So, have you measured up your charge distances?
So, we tried with the Sword Brethren, but it was a long old charge. So, I'm going to say that's a 5 or 4.
So, looking at there, you're looking at a 4-inch charge.
4-inch charge. Doesn't count for the vehicles, the +1 to the charge. That should be a 9-inch charge.
That will be a 9-inch charge.
With the +1 is an 8-inch charge, which is quite nice. And then that will be a 3-inch or a 2-inch charge.
Yeah, so it's not unavailable, even with a double 1.
Yeah.
So, which ones do you want to go first?
I'll try the one we've all been waiting for, a Land Raider. So this was a 5, yes?
We'll go on a 4.
Yeah. Yeah, he's in on a 5.
Cool. Do you want to do the tank shot there for a CP?
So I'll do a tank shot for a CP on its
All you need is 1.
So they are T12.
T12, and you just need 1 to go through.
1, 2.
If this land fortress survives, this will be incredible.
11, 12. On a 5. Yeah.
Yeah, so does he explode? Please explode.
Oh, in the tray.
Oh, 6 flash, but no. So he doesn't explode. However, he goes there, does tank shock, and he goes there. You do get attempting targets.
I do.
It's a good shout. So then do you want to do your other charges?
Yeah, we'll do the unfavorable one just to see if I can wrap around the back of them. That's a 6. I'll put that
That's
there.
fine.
And then an 8 on the other one. This is the one that could fail. Oh, and a 10. Jump packs love it.
Cool. Okay, so I am going to use a CP
Yep.
to heroically intervene
Nice.
with these because they are going to be 6 inches away.
Yes.
So live on camera.
Nice. 7.
On a 7. So the Steeljacks come over here. So they need to come in.
Yep.
They need to come towards closest.
Yep.
On a 7, they will base there.
Yep.
Base there. And base there.
And here's a comments question. Who goes first? Is it a fights first Judicar or the heroically intervening?
So I can answer that for you now. So it would be the Judicia.
Yeah.
The Judicia. So basically, you have fights first.
Yeah.
That wouldn't trump anything.
Okay.
So basically, you are the charging unit. Yeah. However, if I had fights first with either them or them, I would then be able to fight first.
Nice. I like it. Cool.
All right. Because it goes to the defend, because it goes to the player who's the defending player on the turn, which would be myself.
Yeah.
So that's a good one for a learning point. Or if I've got it wrong, please in the comments section let me know.
Yeah.
And they're going to go over there. So we will come back after the fight phase. Okie dokie. Back at the end of the fight phase for Black Templars turn 3. 1 Steelkin down and 4 Jaegers down. However, we've taken out 1 of the Blade Guard, which now puts, which nicely keeps me on that objective.
Yep.
Over here, though, the jump packs were less fortunate with the power fist missing out jump.
Yes. Yeah. It whiffed. Yeah.
And and basically the chainsaw doing the work. So, we will go straight into turn 3 for the Votann.
Yep.
And we will choose. Right. Okay. So I've just kind of seen my next cards, but that's fine now because you'll see them now. Behind enemy lines.
Okay.
An established locus. So basically, at the end of that turn, the bikes would come off.
Yep.
Both of them. And so, with all of that, we'll do movement and shooting, and we'll come back at the end of the shooting to come back at the charge phase. Okay, folks. So, looking across the battlefield, firstly, a bit of housekeeping. So, I did change my secondaries. I got rid of established locust because I didn't think that was achievable. Spent a CP, my only CP on the turn, and I got display of might, which I've just now scored on the turn already. Just briefly go through movement. Hammer Berserks got out. Sagittar then moved around and got there nicely with movement. They stayed. They basically was out of combat, but the amount of shooting from the Sagittar killed all of the unit on its own. The and then obviously hardly anything has moved. Those Jaegers have moved up. This Sagittar has moved across, and basically all this combined shooting cleared the Land Raider.
It was close. It was on 1 wound.
It was on 1 wound and it was close, but we cleared it. And then nicely, John has piled out. Did you do your...
I got 1 mortal.
You got 1 mortal, so yes, I remember you doing that. So it's 1 mortal onto the Blade Guard. Sword Brethren even. Went and shot at the... Ballistus with the Steeljack, with the Ironkin Steeljacks, and brought him down to 6 wounds just on just on devs,
Yep.
which is quite nice. So what I'm going to do charge-wise is I'm going to attempt a 7-inch charge with the Jaegers. And attempt an 8-inch charge with the fighting steeljacks into the tank to try and do something.
Yep.
And a long bomb with the berserks over that way.
Yep.
Alright, so we'll do the berserks first so we kind of know whether the dream is alive or dead for behind enemy lines. Unfortunately, it is dead. So that's fine, it will become a CP. Steeljacks are going to go that way. It's going to be a 7-inch charge into the repulsor. No, that's a 5, so they're staying where they are. That's absolutely fine. And then the Jaegers are going to go over to the JPIs.
7 as well, wasn't it?
And we get that on a 10.
They like it.
So we'll come back after fight phase and we'll see what happens next. So after that fight phase, it is effectively that the jump packs are still alive. One's alive on 1. They managed to nicely save those. However, the Jaegers have taken control of the objective with 3 OC on that objective. So effectively, they're going to have to need to do that in combat. I've got display of might. So that'll be 4 points added on. So scores should be, I think I'd have seen 48-37. So it's an 11-point game. And taking this over here was quite pivotal.
Yeah.
So, and just having a bit of a count, you've now got 8 units left.
Yeah.
So,
and the scouts in reserves as well. They need to go back on.
I think I missed the scouts, so about 8 or 9. So effectively, we will go straight into turn 4.
Yeah.
So do you want to do your cards for me?
So I got display of might, which I probably won't do, and mark for death.
Marked for death. Oh.
I went up to 2, so down to 1. I will get rid of.
So I'll get
display of might.
Yeah.
And redraw 4. Extend battle lines.
So extend 1 on your home, 1 in no man's.
Yep.
So as you can see, so what we'll do is we'll do moving and shooting and come back in the charge phase.
Yep.
Okie dokie, folks. Across the battlefield. So Sagittar is gone. So John scores 5 for mark for death. The ballistas whiffed quite a bit.
Yes, yes.
Impulsor
came to pick up his friends.
The Impulsor came over to pick up the
execrator.
execrator and all that jazz.
Helbrecht has moved forward for his charge into the bikes.
Indeed, and we're going to do that charge into the bikes. You're more than likely going to collect them.
Yep, so that's a 3-inch charge?
Do you want to measure it?
Yeah. So yeah, it would be a 3, but +1 to charge, so 2.
Yeah, 2. So do you want to roll it on camera?
Yeah. It's a 6.
It's a 6. So we will come back after the fight phase and the bike's demise. End of fight phase. Bikes were collected up with their demise, as I thought. They've piled into the warriors. Is that a smart move? Who knows? We shall find out now going into turn 4 for the Votann. So basically John scored, let me come around to see his cards a minute. So yeah, so you scored maximum on both for extend and for mark for death.
Yeah.
Puts you ahead by a slim margin. Cards wise, Eridan Ireland, do you have anything for Calder Horde? 13 models or more? Nope. So Calder Horde goes. Overwhelming force. Kill something on an objective.
Nice and easy over there.
We've actually missed out on a fight phase, so we will But we will skip that now. We're into Votann turn 4. We'll just literally continue.
Yeah.
That's fine.
It's been a bit of a stalemate there anyway recently.
So yes, so Votann movement and shooting will come back in the fight phase.
Yeah.
Wow, a bit of a change in events, folks. So Helbrecht charged down here, and basically the Votann stood firm and went not on our watch and flooded the objective, and basically blew them all off the table. It was a very valiant effort saving from
Yeah, he did all right.
From Helbrecht
Yeah.
and his unit.
We got to the last round of shooting.
Yes, indeed. So the ballistas, yes, and the ballistas just got blown up just by the Thunderkin alone. We will go into fighting and resolve that. However, over here, I am going to try and see if... Is there anything on there on that on an objective?
The infiltrators are.
Right, do me a favour.
Yep.
And just make sure that's hovering over the
objective. Or...
No, mate, over your tech marine.
Oh, tech marine. Yes, it is hovering over the tech marine.
So that'll be a 9-inch charge there. And how much would that be there? That'd be an 8.
Yeah. You can get one guy in. Yeah.
Cool. So we shall do the hammer berserk into the tech marine.
He makes it
on a 9. So hammer berserk goes in, and then the steelkin are going to try and go over there as well, and that's an 8. That's a 5. 6, sorry. Brain's gone. I'm happy to leave. To charge distance, it would get them into charge with the repulsor.
Yep.
So I'll pop them into the repulsor. It probably won't do much, but it ties up the repulsor.
Yep.
So we'll do that. So we'll go into the fight phase and resolve everything else, and we'll come back out the other side. So results after the fight phase coming next. Okie dokie, folks. So after shooting, the berserk is no more.
No.
Fighting, even not shooting.
Yep.
So fighting, so the berserk, the Omnissiah killed the remaining berserk.
Yeah, it was too close to a tank.
Yeah.
They just slapped each other.
They just slapped each other and did not a lot.
Jump packs are gone.
Jump packs are gone over the objective, so the Votann take that objective.
Yep.
So at the end of the turn, it's a big 10 score for the Votann, and scores are on your screen now. 68-54 going into the last round.
Let's do this.
And we will go straight into drawing your cards.
Yep.
John, what are they?
They are extend battle lines. I don't know what it is. And I don't know if I'm drawing from the same mark for death.
No, so you're done. You're drawing from your mark from your.
It's not healthy, is it?
No.
So area denial.
So to the centre of the objective.
And bring it down.
So kill a vehicle.
Doable. Cool.
So we will come back after shooting and we'll see what happens next. Okie dokie, so quickly going through turn 5. The Templars have actually tried to deny a bit of OC for the Votann, so there's quite a bit over there because they've taken care of the Jaegers. That would have all been just, the Jaegers were just shot off by various different avenues. The Sagittar was shot off by the repulsor,
yep.
even the executioner, just literally just by his big cannon shots alone.
Yeah.
And basically the grav pistol from the Tech Marine whiffed a bit, so they're still alive. However, gone straight into rolling a charge because it's very late at this point. Rolled a 6, so the Tech Marine is in. So what we should do is we'll come back shortly after the conclusion of the fight phase.
Yeah.
Okie dokie, so the Steeljacks have done the work. Unfortunately, the valiantly, the Tech Marine took the Steeljacks down to one of them down to 1 wound left.
Yep.
So we are quickly going to wrap up turn 5, and we'll come back with what's happened and the end game score. So back in a minute. Okie dokie. So end of turn 5. We'll just go through everything because there were no charges really. Recover assets and mark for death. I got the full 5 for recover assets, so it would have been done by the warriors, the Jaeger here, and the bikes that survived right to the last at the very back over there. Couldn't get marked for death because try as I might, basically that dice there would be within 12 to try and go for the, because it would have been the combi lieutenant. However, there's nothing I could have got to do to get that far, so I'm happy to just leave it there if I'm truly honest. Scores are on screen now, so 83-67 to the Votann. Very interesting game, mate, right to the very end.
Yeah.
Very much a pleasure. We will do a quick end game review, and we need to get this gentleman home because it's very late. Right, right, folks.
Yep.
See you in a minute. So, post-game review. Win for the Votann, but I think there's lots to be learnt from that game. Do you think?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Like as we were just saying earlier.
Yeah.
This is about a year since I've been starting the hobby, and my points are getting more.
Indeed.
So when I started my first 2,000 point game, I was probably lucky if I got over 30 points, and now I'm nearly 70 points. So showing progress there, which is good.
Indeed.
Some not necessarily mistakes, but things that could have been done better. Being a bit more aggressive potentially in the first couple of turns, especially with Black Templars. You need to push up the board and hold board presence quite a lot.
and good one for that. If you're watching, Mark Cross.
Oh yeah.
Mark is actually really good for that. Watching him on the Battle of the Eagle series.
Yeah.
And that I can agree with you on. It's very much an army that you need to have that board presence and push. However, you had it there. There was just a few certain things, but like we said off camera.
Yeah.
You can work that out by keeping the list and stuff like that. To be honest with you,
I'm really happy with the list. I think it's got a lot of potential.
Indeed, very good list, and I think there will be other people in the comments that would very much agree with you on that.
Yeah, no, it was good, and it's just using units I haven't used before and getting the best out of them, remembering some abilities.
Yeah.
And stuff like
So really, Blade Guard and the so looking at the table, we're at the far side, as you can see. It would have been about here where John had you had your Blade Guard, John, and your Judicia. Thank you. From there, really good unit, misplaced slightly, and you know what? I think there's loads of players that will watch this, or some of our more experienced. We've all done it. And the fact of the matter is, it's a case of knowing where to put stuff and where. On a long, and I think really this is a testament to your abilities, your list, and you as a person. A long board edge, I find quite hard as a player. Because you've got a 60-inch side. You need to literally converge in the centre. However, whereas if you're going on like table quarters, or you're going on crucible, or you're going on tipping point, you have the shorter board edge. So that's a credit to yourself.
No, I'm proud of what I did. And
good, so you should.
Happened.
So you should.
And it was a good experience.
Very good experience, and
thank you for hosting.
No worries. Thank you very much, and we'll be glad to have you back at some point.
Yeah, definitely.
Never know, might be in the league, or if not, we will have a rematch, because we've said once I get my orcs painted up, we'll have an orc rematch.
Oh yeah, we'll do Hell's Reach definitely. Yes.
Right. So for myself, playing again, that'll be I think this is like the second or third time I've played this list now, getting into a rhythm. It's just about now I'm knowing the strengths of what I can do with it. Big thanks to Matt and to Ewan you know that conversation we had on Tabletop Simulator about a month or so ago, and literally the list, my confidence has gone from strength to strength, being able to put berserks out, to take objectives, not rely upon warriors, because I was relying upon warriors at one point, but really happy and really looking to try and improve it. So now this is out, this video will be out, I will have increased my units with berserk, so I'll be potentially 3 lots of axes. So having 3 lots of those axes,
Nice.
taking out mainline infantry. I must admit, sword brethren will always be tough.
Yeah, especially if you get into combat with them.
Because they're more likely to get you than you get them. However, like at the end, when you came down to my objective, so this side, you bringing down Helbrecht, the Castellan, and the 5 sword brethren, that took bikes, at least 3-4 units I had to use to fully commit to that.
Yeah.
It did it,
but
it was ours.
Yeah. And something I could have done potentially is bring them out, and rather than focusing resources on the Hecaton with the big guns, they probably could have popped the Hecaton.
Potentially, yes.
And then be free to move about the board after that. So there's lots of things you can look back on and go, this may have worked out differently.
Oh, I think we can all say that. But bringing this to a close, though.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for coming.
No, thank you. Been a great game.
And it's goodbye from me.
That's goodbye from me.
See you later.